It is now August, and that's the best month for many reasons, but the main one is that it's my birthday. And if you know anything about me, it's that dragons are my absolute favorite animal. But then you might be wondering, why haven't I featured any dragons in Squeak of the Week yet? Well, dear viewer, it's because I've been saving them for this month because they deserve the best. Which means we are going to have our Dragon Month special, so 5 full episodes featuring giant inflatable dragons. To start us off, I wanted to paint a picture for you. Imagine a smaller version of me with unrestricted internet access exploring the world. I was curious if there was some kind of dragon-y thing that I could buy to make it feel like I had one in real life. And that is really when I discovered the world of inflatables. So to start off this special, I want to introduce you to one of the first ones I've ever seen in my entire life, and that is the Oriental trading inflatable dragon. The dragon design is awesome. There's lots of details and it's very clearly a dragon. We've got these massive wings here, and then spikes that run all the way from the head down to the tail. On the head itself, we've got nice green eyes and 4 horns. I'm a huge sucker for red dragons with green eyes. And then we've got belly scales, claws on hands and feet. For a mass-produced toy, there's lots of detail, so it deserves a 4 out of 4. We have yellow teeth, so the dragon needs to brush its teeth more, but it's still going to keep its 4 out of 4. By this point in the series, we now know what contributes to making a strong and durable toy, and sadly, the OTC Dragon is missing a few of those factors. For starters, it is single-chambered, which means there's one valve for the whole toy, and it is all pinch seams and what I call these cul-de-sac seams. These cul-de-sac seams are the connecting joints for all of the spikes, and there's quite a few of them, and they are very, very prone to leaking. These toys were not made for riding, even though we're going to have a riding section anyway. They're for decoration only, right? So that saves it. Unfortunately, these dragons are not very strong. Now, it could be because they're very old, but they often leak just standing there. I have a couple of them, and all of them have leaks. This one has a very slow leak that I haven't found yet, but it lasts long enough to get through recording. I will have to give it a 1 out of 4. I definitely recommend reinforcing the seams if you do get your hands on one of these. As mentioned in the previous segment, these dragons are made for decoration and are very, very fragile. However, they're really easy to ride, and I think we have the giant wings to thank for that. There is a lot of air mobility between the main body and the wings. The rideability on the water is really smooth. Unfortunately, the dragons are not very strong, so this is a 1 take. I would definitely reinforce it before riding on the water. He just popped, so we only got 1 take. I would still gonna give it a high ranking on the water riding. If it was totally reinforced, it'd be a super easy rideable toy, but like I said, they're very weak. My only real complaint about the rideability, besides it being super fragile, is that it's just a little small. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 4 in this category. Just make sure it's totally reinforced or have the repair kit on standby. The last segment of this episode, as usual, is bang for your buck, and I really struggled to find a ranking for the dragon. These dragons are really worth it to me, and I was ready to spend a lot of money, but I gotta put myself in the mindset of the average viewer, and that brought me to the conclusion that these dragons are gonna get a 1. They're decades old and very hard to find, and if you do manage to find one, very often it's going to come with previous damage or already has repairs. Or you have to pay high money for someone who doesn't really want to let theirs go. I don't want to discourage you from trying to find a dragon. These are really awesome, just hard to find, and may not be worth it for someone who's just getting into collecting inflatables. So how did the OTC Dragon do? Well, it got a 4 in design, a 3 in rideability, but then 1s in both durability and bang for your buck, for a grand total of 9 out of 16 for the Oriental Trading Red Dragon. I still recommend this toy for any dragon lovers, and I definitely love mine. Like I said, they're special to me because it's what really got me into collecting inflatables and opening up this whole world for me. Well, that's all we have for you for the first installment of our Dragon Month special, and we hope to see you in the next episode. Take care.